So if you remember, we said we're going to work with the Firebase in a different way. And in order to do that, we need to import or just install a package. And so let's just quickly do that. npm install the package called rebase. So while it's going to install, we are going to the DB, and from there we are going to import rebase there. Import rebase from rebase. Let's make this one capital R. And also after these things, let's just quickly say const base equals rebase dot create class, and our class is going to use Firestore. So we are just working with the Firestore, and Firestore, we are giving access our Firestore to rebase, and rebase is going to do a lot of magic things for us. And then we are going to export this one as a default. So export default base. That's all we need to do. So we're going to index.js and try to use that one. First thing first, we need to bring the base from here as well. So I'm going to get the base and Firestore. So in a component did mount, which we are subscribing to real-time changes in a Firestore, so we can just rewrite this one and use base. I am going to use our blog listener as a base. So let's just quickly come here. And in our blog listener, we are looking for a blog with this slug. And then if we have blog, then we are going to set the state. And then after that, we're going to say base.syncDoc. I will explain what this syncDoc is. And then obviously we are going to blog. And then $ID blog.id. We need to pass an object here, and our object will be context, will be this, and then state, it will be blog. And this is all we need to do. I'm going just to save this one. So in our constructor, I need to also just say this dot state equals, we just need to copy these two and paste them here. We don't need this one anymore. We can get rid of it. So let's come back here and see what exactly this base.syncDoc does. It is syncing between this path in our Firestore and the state. So if something happened here in our state, it will quickly sync it with the Firestore. Or if anything's happened in Firestore, it comes here and then change our state. So by doing that, we don't need to wait for real-time changes from our Firestore. So we can get rid of this one. And as you can see, we just copy the blog listener. So we don't need the blog listener. We don't need this blog listener anymore. And we can just come back and do some tidy up. We can do more refactor about this part of the code, which we will come back later. And also, now that we have subscribed to the base, we need to find a way to unsubscribe it. So I will just say this.ref, it will be base.sync, and in a component will unmount, which we don't have this one anymore. We can say base.remove binding, and then we're passing this.ref. So just to review, we are waiting for anything's happen in state or in Firestore, and with base.syncDoc, we're just syncing between this endpoint in our Firestore and this state, which is blog. And then any of them change, it will update the other one. And in a component will unmount, we're just removing the binding from the base. So we don't need this one anymore. And I think we are in a good shape now, and we can see exactly what happens. So by binding our blog state with this endpoint, if we come to the update blog, we can easily just say this dot set state will be just blog. And this is it. We don't need to do anything else. And because we've got one argument, we don't need parentheses anymore, and we don't need to just have any call to the Firestore because we are binding our state to the Firestore by using sync doc in a rebase module. So let's see if that one works actually. Blog. So let's quickly change something in here. So if I change the title to 2 dash dash update, we see everything because we're using rebase. And of course, if I come here and change intro to 2 intro, so we should see the changes in intro. And if I press update, we are seeing the changes there. And this is it. So we have update, we are using rebase, and our code looks much simpler now.